This is a hard video to make because, I mean, honestly, this video is about failure. No one really wants to make videos about their failures, right? But, at the same time, it's also about a journey. It's about how I got my current job, how I ended up here in this location in the Philippines, in Manila. It's about not giving up. It's about a lot. I've tried for years, like a very long time, to get what I would consider wealthy. Now, wealth to me is about getting into that top 1% of Americans by net worth. Now, what is that number? Flash it right here on the screen real quick. But more important than that, I think, is that if you're someone, for example, who's feeling unease about where they are in life in terms of money, if you have this desire, this burning need to try to make yourself better, make more money, if you're someone whose family members have been doing better than you and it makes you feel bad about yourself, if you're someone whose friends make a lot more money than you and it makes you feel inferior, I think this video is going to help. So I actually got the idea for this video after watching an Ed Sheeran interview with Howard Stern. And it turns out I was shocked about when I saw this interview. Ed Sheeran wasn't necessarily naturally born with the talent that he has. His singing, his voice, he worked on it. And he actually worked on it a lot. Listen to what he sounded like when he was 14 years old.
I want to hear that.
I didn't have talent. I really didn't, and I had to. And this is me. This is me at 14 singing this, and I got successful at 19.
Oh, here we go.
I think I took too much. I'm addicted to your touch.
You're not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Let me hear a little more.
I'm
This is great. I love that.
Look, this is me at 14. I wrote the A-Team at 18. So 4 years later, I made the A-Team and I recorded it. And in 4 years, I learned harmony, I learned how to sing in tune, I learned how to perform, I learned how to do it in time, and you can do it.
But was it from going out and performing that you learned that, or did someone
failing time and time
Failing.
after again? Yeah, like I'm sure you'll agree with me with this. You learn nothing from success, nothing. You learn everything from the failures, and this is the thing that annoys me about the state that the world is in at the moment. Is no one talks about failure anymore. It's like shame. Like failure is shame, and it's like, oh, let's just bury that and not talk about it. No one goes, oh, what do we learn from this? Whereas with success, everyone shouts about it, but there's nothing in success. Success happens from failing hundreds of times.
How amazing is that advice? You learn nothing from success. You learn from failure. I feel like I've learned a whole lot because you're going to see in this video, I failed a lot. I've not gotten to that point that I've been chasing, but I've learned. And it's actually gotten me some interesting benefits as well. So do you want to hear my story? Do you want to hear what happened to me? Do you want to hear how I got where I am? What I think about failing? I mean, hey, let's talk. Let's talk. This is going to be an interesting one. Let's go. Okay, the year is 2016, and I had officially failed being a financial advisor. I had started in 2008, and I had ended in 2016. So what happened? The gist of being a financial advisor, your success is measured by how much money you make. And why I say that, it's not by the amount of clients that you have, it's not the amount of people that you help, it's the sales that you bring into a corporation, unless you own the company that you're working for. But still, at the end of the day, you need to at least make enough money to pay your bills, put food on the table. After that, over a few years, you should also be able to have saved enough money that you're actually doing well, and it's a viable career option. Now, that wasn't me. So what I gained from this whole 8 years as a financial advisor, what I learned is what I'm good at, what I like to do, what makes me happy. I don't like trying to sell people products or put people's money into certain areas I don't like the sales part of it. I don't like that. I liked interacting with people. I don't like picking the phone up and having to call 10 people every day to try and sell them something. That doesn't make me happy, and that's not what I'm looking for the rest of my life. So what I took out of this is that I learned what I don't want to do. There were people in my company who made $500,000 a year, north of $1 million a year in some years, and I looked at those people and I said to myself, I want to be like that. I want their income. But what I didn't think about was what you have to do on a daily basis to get that income. And there's a disconnect. I didn't like doing that. That's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. I'm going to be miserable if that's what happens. And it was obvious also in the results. I wasn't getting there. So now let's talk about my next failure. Okay, so after I decided that I was going to quit being a financial advisor, that I was done, I proceeded to travel to Scotland and Paris for a bit to spend some time with my then girlfriend, now wife. My wife was getting her MBA in the University of Edinburgh, and she was doing a study abroad in Paris, so you know, it's one of those once-in-a-lifetime things. You get to go, you get to stay with the woman you love, and you get to explore Europe for a bit. So I did that. Financial advisory was done. It didn't work out. So what we decided was I'll go back to the Philippines with my girlfriend at the time, and she had a good job there, and I would do something kind of crazy because I wanted to, of course, continue to get wealthy and make as much money as I could. I decided to start a personal finance blog. And now you're probably saying to yourself, why would you start a personal finance blog? So there used to be these things called income reports that these bloggers would share. They would show how much money they were making from writing about personal finance on their website, the traffic that came to them. They made money with things like Google AdSense, and they also made money from affiliate marketing and some other ways, I'm sure, as well. And there were bloggers making hundreds of thousands of dollars or north of $1 million even just by writing about personal finance on their blogs. I said to myself, this is my way now to make a lot of money. And after 2 to 3 years of trying to do this day in and day out, I failed. I had made almost no money from my blog. It was never successful. It's still around. It's still there. It makes like no money, but you know what? One day maybe I'll revive it. Maybe I'll try to figure out a way to actually monetize it. It's a failure. So this ends up leading to the next failure, actually. And so I said to myself, why don't I use the knowledge that I've learned from building websites, social media marketing, marketing on Facebook, marketing on Google, why don't I use those tools and start a dropshipping website? So I started whiskyaccessory.com. It was a Shopify store. It's not around anymore. I sold whiskey accessories. Side lane glass, that was one of my best ones. Whiskey rocks, things like that. Now it's drop shipping. I never ended up buying the products. I would have them shipped straight from China to the people who would buy from my store. Spent thousands of dollars on Facebook ads to get people to buy. In the end, I basically broke even. Again, failure. I did not make the money that I thought I was going to. I did not become a millionaire. I didn't make hundreds of thousands of dollars. None of it worked. I said to myself, maybe it's the store. So I started another store. It didn't work. I started another store. I was gonna try it again. And I said to myself, this is it. I'm done. And then it led me to my current job. So here's the funny thing with failure. All of those things that I learned along the way, the financial advisory role, understanding how to invest in funds and understanding stocks and understanding how to talk to people about those things. All of that mixed with social media marketing, email marketing, website design, website user experience, all these different things digitally that I've learned and all these different things I've learned about finance, they stacked on top of each other. And that's what's interesting about failure. You see, it turns out when you fail, you actually learn something. You know, who would have thought? So all these skills I learned along the way, well, they stacked and stacked and stacked and they became something. So I was able to get a job as a digital marketing consultant to the largest bank in the Philippines. It's what I do until this day. I currently do it. But at the same time, I'm not giving up on trying to build wealth. Now, things are a bit different these days. I have this YouTube channel. And by the way, you want to hear about my next failure? Well, guess what? You're watching it right now. I have over 200 something videos on this channel. I've been posting since the year 2020, and I have 8,000 subscribers. Is that good? Is that a good job? Absolutely not. It's terrible. I've put so much time and effort into these videos. I've put so much time and effort trying to be cinematic, write good scripts, tell good stories, do all of these important things I think should help you on YouTube, and nothing has worked. But there is a silver lining here, because along the way, I learned, again, a lot of things about video production. I've learned about framing. I've learned about so many things. I can now color grade footage. This looks like this right now. I color graded it to make it look like this. And then I learned something crazy. I really, really, really like doing this. I love putting this camera on this tripod and shooting. And it turns out I actually find this artistic, and I found that it's a muscle that I want to exercise. So for the first time, I've created two different things, an Instagram account and another YouTube channel that I expect to make no money from. I'm doing it because I like it. I love the art. One of them is called Light Poles of Manila. I'm literally running around Manila and I'm taking photos of light poles. Can you imagine? It might be hard for you to understand, but look at what light poles look like over here. They're beautiful. They're unique. They're intriguing. I think they're amazing. So I created an Instagram account just to take photos of light poles and videos. I got 1 like on my last video. Let me see how many views it got. Okay, 3 people viewed it. I'm pretty sure 2 of those people were me. On the last photo I got 5 likes. I mean, that's actually a lot better because that photo didn't have any likes for like probably 4 days. But guess what? I don't care. I'm enjoying taking the photos. I'm enjoying editing them. I think it's fun. I love it. I created another channel called Manila is Art. I've gotten 30 views. I have 0 subscribers. No one has even subscribed to this channel. And guess what? I don't care. I had a ball running around shooting video of Manila. It was fun. I enjoyed color grading it. I enjoyed editing it. I had a great time. And I don't care. I don't care if it makes any money. And this leads me to my philosophy now about all of this stuff. I'm still trying to get wealthy. I'm still trying to make money. I'm making these videos because I think one day maybe it will help me make a decent amount of money. But what I think now is that you shouldn't try to do something that you hate. I'm able now to have a job that I love. I don't make great, crazy money in this job, but I love what I do. I like it way more than when I was a financial advisor. And yes, the ability to make hundreds of thousands of dollars is probably not there in this job I'm in right now, but I don't care because I'm having fun. And so what I'm saying is that you should still try. You should, if that's what you want, if you want to be wealthy, if you want to make it, if you want to have a lot of money, if you want to do whatever you want to, whenever you want to, if you want to accomplish that, you should try and do it. But my thought is these days is you should do it with something that you like, that you think is fun. You're gonna fail a lot of different times. Trust me, you're gonna fail. It's rare that you're gonna just throw up whatever it is, that first thing you do, and it's going to be successful. That's very rare. It might happen, but it's very rare. So expect to fail time and time again. And if you do something that you're liking already when you're failing, it doesn't feel like failure, and it's not that bad. Maybe you'll start stacking skills one on top of the other like I did. Maybe those will help you do something you really love, and maybe for the rest of your life, you'll at least have a job that you love. Or maybe you'll also have a job that helps your bank account at the same time. Doing something that you love that also helps your bank account, I mean, let's face it, that's the dream. So in the words of Ed Sheeran, you learn nothing from success. There's nothing to success. You learn everything from your failures. Success comes from failing hundreds of times. So why don't you get out there and start failing at something you actually like? Let me know if you've been failing, if you've been trying to accomplish something in your life and you haven't gotten there yet. And if you have, I'd love to hear about how you did it and how you were successful. Thanks for watching this whole video to the end, and I'll see you next time.